All right. It said, no. Verse 35, unto thee, you Israelites, all right, it was showed that thou mightest know that the Lord, he is the most high God. There is none else beside him. All right. So was there another nation that he did that for? Mm-mm. Was there another nation that he gave these laws, statutes, and commandments to? Mm-mm. Because they weren't his only begotten. All right. They weren't his special, chosen, peculiar people. They weren't them. So just like when he gave it to us, he said he gave it to us in the sight of these other nations, that the other nations was going to be like, wow, look how they live. Look at their characteristics. Look at these laws, statutes, and commandments that were given to them by their God. Wow, that's what a wise and understanding people. All right, they didn't themselves, the other nations didn't get these laws, statutes, and commandments. It wasn't given to them, okay? Because the Most High had children. He gave it to his children, all right, which are the Israelites, okay? Carrying on. Right. So Deuteronomy chapter 5 and 33. It says, once again, these still be the words spoken to all the Israelites exclusively. Ye shall walk, Deuteronomy 5 and 33. Ye shall walk in the ways which the Lord your God hath commanded you. All right, which Yahweh, our power, our Father, gave unto us, that we may live, and that it might be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess, which was Israel. All right, that was the land that we was going to possess, the promised land. All right, so once we got to this promised land, these are your ways. These are your characteristics. These is what I'm going to nurture you with. This is how I'm going to bring you up. This is what I'm going to feed you with. You exclusively, my special chosen people, right? I mean, you do it too. You feed your kids. You nourish your kids. You pay for your kids' tuition. All right, you don't pay for everybody kids' tuition. So the Most High is same thing. He has a special chosen people, which are the Israelites. What's wrong with that? You do it too. This is Baruch chapter 4. Baruch chapter 4. I'll start at the top. It says, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High God, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, like we just read in that Deuteronomy chapter 5 and 33, to life, right? But such as leave it shall die. So if you leave these ways that we were nurtured in, if you leave that, it says you shall die. So all the people that's been hoodwinked by our oppressors, our enemies, these other nations, and it was said that the law, statutes, and commandments are done away with, that's a lie, and ye shall die. All right. It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. All right. Take hold of what the Lord has given us exclusively. Take hold of that. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. All right, all this laws, statutes, commandments, our ways, our characteristics, the glory which was given unto us exclusively. He said, give not thine honor unto another, nor what is profitable unto thee unto a strange nation. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to God are made known unto us. All right, are made known unto his children. All right. We the one that could please the Most High God, because we are his children. All right. Just like you do it too. Like if your children they make it, you know, in the world or something, you be like all happy, all they successful, they did good. You see other people, you know, doing, hey, you mean, you're like, okay, cool, all right, but you ain't inside all just, oh look at my kids, man. Oh, I'm so pleased, you know, that my kids are, you know, they somebody, you know, all right. So you do it too. The Most High, if we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, do what's right, have faith, keep our integrity, all right, believe in Him, trust in Him, all right, even in the face of all adversity and doubt and all type of things coming at us, but we still fear the Most High. We still love the Most High. We still trying to do what's right. That pleases Him, okay? And we're the one that can do it. No other nation. No other nation. All right, because it said, "Give not thy glory to another." Okay, this is Roman. This is Romans chapter 8. And I'll start at 16. It says, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High God." The Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Spirit itself, the truth itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the Israelites. We are Yasha'Allah. Okay? And if children, then heirs. Heirs of the Most High God. All right? Just like anybody was heir to the throne, then they came up and there was a prince, then they became the king. All right. They like right now you have so-called heirs that, you know what I'm saying, or heiress, you know, like for I popped in my head, Paris Hilton. All right. Now the Hilton family, they, you know, multi-billionaires. OK, but then here come a heiress, ain't done nothing. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? She come right up and she rich because of her people, all right? So the same thing with us and our people, which is the Most High God, all right? And joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. If so be that we suffer with Him, that we may also be glorified together, all right? When the Lord come back and get His glory first, then we're going to get our glory, okay? We're going to be joint heirs with the Lord. All right. That's why we just got to get this place up right now. OK, but that's another lesson. But this is the glory. Matter of fact, at Romans 9:4, it says, I'll start at 3. It says, "For I could wish myself were accursed from Yahweh Shai for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh, who are Israelites," all right, the Israelites, "to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of God and the promises." Okay, this is for the Israelites. All these things, the glory, the law, the service of God, the promises, the covenants, the adoption, all right, the glory, this is all for us. And he says, "Give not that to another nation." All right, give not that to another nation. Okay, now I'm going to get this Sirach 17 and 17. It says, "For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, He set a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion." So the Lord divided all people, right? In the division of all the nations of the whole earth, He set a ruler over every people. So at every dispensation of time, there's going to be one nation ruling over another. That's why the scriptures talk about for promotion cometh not from the east or the west or the north or the south. All right. But it's the Most High God who setteth up one, who taketh down another, setteth up another one, you know, on high above all nations to rule over all nations. Right. It says, "But Israel is the Lord's portion." All right. And the Lord is going to reign forever in righteousness. Okay? But we had to go through all these experiences first, right? That's why it says, I'm going to read it from the top of 17 again. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Lord's portion, whom being his firstborn, there that is again, his firstborn and his only begotten, remember that, whom being his firstborn, he nourisheth with discipline, and giving him the light of his love, doth never forsake him. Even though we get disciplined, all right? And sometimes discipline, it don't feel good, all right? Sometimes discipline, it ain't fun. Sometimes discipline is actually painful, okay? See, but no pain, no gain, all right? You don't gain the glory. You don't gain the wisdom. You don't gain the understanding. You don't gain that peaceable fruit of righteousness if you're not nourished by discipline and going through all these experiences, learning and overcoming. Okay? That's what it's about. That's what he's doing to us. Okay? He nourishes us with discipline. And only us. That's why the scripture says right here in Amos 3:1. It says, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Okay? He's punishing us. He's disciplining, he's nourishing us with discipline, because he wants us to learn from this. Okay? Once again, he said, I hath spoken against you, O children of Israel. You only. Out of all the families of the earth, you only have I known. You are my children. All right? If you do it too, right? Your children, you know, especially in these days. All right. Now, back in the day, you know how the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. So somebody else may have, you know, Miss Jenkins may have whooped, you know, my kids, you know, and I was cool with that. But not today. Not these days. Not these days. You touch somebody's child, boy, they ready to shoot you. You know what I'm saying? Even if they trying to help out, you know, you don't do that. But like I say, you whip your children. You punish your children. All right, for their disobedience. You ain't punishing everybody else's kids. All right, same thing. The Most High, he said, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you. Okay, he's going to punish us for all our iniquities, because there is a means to an end while he's punishing us. Right now, this is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 12. It says, now I beseech those that read this book. All right, you Israelites, read this book. It says that they may not be, so that they be not discouraged for these calamities. So don't be discouraged for these calamities. Don't be discouraged for us being punished. Don't be discouraged for the Lord nurturing us with discipline. Don't be discouraged. It says, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction. So these punishments, he said, you only of all the families of the earth I have known, therefore I will punish you. It says that these punishments be not for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. It was not to destroy us. No, it was for a chastening of our nation. What does chasten mean? Let's look it up. Chasten means to inflict suffering upon for the purposes of moral improvement. That's beautiful, man. The Lord said he only known us out of all the families of the world. So he's going to punish us. We're his kids, his firstborn, his only begotten. So he's going to punish us for the purpose of improving us, for the purpose of morally improving us. Okay? But he inflict this suffering. He nurture us with discipline. And that discipline, sometimes you don't feel good. You suffer. All right? But you're suffering for a purpose, for your moral improvement. All right? It says, for it is a token of his great goodness. This is a sign of the Most High's great goodness to the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. This, us going through all these things, is a sign of his great goodness toward us. All right, he said, it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers, when we do wicked, when we disobey, all right, we're not suffered any long time. We're not allowed any long time to get away with it. It says, but forthwith punish. Forthwith meaning immediately. And how did he immediately punish us? With these curses of Deuteronomy 28. Okay? We under these curses of Deuteronomy 28 for a purpose. Okay? We had to go through all these experiences and overcome. Learn from them. Gain from the pain. Okay? Gain what? Moral improvement. It says, for it is a token of his great goodness when wicked doers are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish, till they come to the fullness of their sins. Okay? So the Lord is patiently waiting to punish these other nations. He ain't trying to morally improve them. They can live it up, do as thou wilt, get a bucket list, have all the fun you want, other nations. All right, because this is your time to do it your way. Because their way is a death style. Our way is a lifestyle. Okay? If we doing it right. If we doing it the way that the Lord commanded. Okay? I'm hoping that you're seeing this and understanding this. Okay? That the Lord is punishing us for a moral improvement for us. Okay? And part of that punishment of that curses was this. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 62. It says, and ye shall be left few in number, whereas ye were as the stars of heaven for a multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy God. We didn't obey. So he had to punish us. All right. Verse 63, it says, and it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught, and ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. You're going to be plucked off the land of Israel. And what's going to happen after that? Verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people, among all these other nations. It says, from the one end of the earth even unto the other. We're all over the world. Now, the bulk of us are in America. North, South, Central America. Okay? But we're scattered all over. It says, and there shalt thou serve other gods, which neither thou or thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And what we serving today, the philosophies, the false doctrines, the misinterpretations that we serving today, we didn't know that back then. We were serving Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in truth. We were unusual, all right? We were strange to other people. Now we all engulfed with these other people. They ain't strange no more. You doing what they doing. Okay? See, but back then, no, we had our own thing, which was the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. But we left that. We left life to come to death and have fun with it too. Dead. Okay? It says, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease. This is what's happening to us right now. The Lord has scattered us unto all these nations. All right. This is Leviticus 26. Leviticus 26 and 38. It says, Leviticus 26 and 38, and ye shall perish among the heathen, these other nations, and the land of your enemies shall eat you up. This will happen. Look at us today. We got eaten up. Look at our people today. It's sad. It's sad. Just look at our people. Go on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, go outside. Look at our people. Look at the state. Look at the condition of our people, man. It's countless of things that's just messed up, right? Because we got ate up. Like the scripture said, it came to pass. It was true. Verse 39, and they that are left of you shall pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' land. And also in the iniquity of their fathers shall they pine away with them. If they shall confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers with their trespass, which they've trespassed against me, and that also they have walked contrary unto me, and that I also have walked contrary to them, and have brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised heart be humbled, and they then accept of the punishments of their iniquity, you gotta accept the punishment. You can't sit up here and try to live your best life and skip out of the punishment. You can't sit up here and enjoy and get with all these other nations and say, oh yeah, they all cool, they all equal, God love everybody and we all the same. That's not true. We reading it. Okay? It says, if then their uncircumcised heart, all right, your uncircumcised mind, like if somebody is uncircumcised, all that extra meat, it ain't needed. It's just nasty. You got to get rid of that. Okay, that's just all access. It makes for, disease and just all type of just build up of nasty. You don't need it. All right. So all that stuff that's on our mind now, it's nasty. It's diseased. It's not needed. All right. When you try to live like these other nations, you uncircumcised in your heart, which is the heart. The Hebrew word for heart is lab, which means your mind. Okay? See, but it say you got to humble yourself first. Be humble and know that, man, everything that he going precept upon precept, this is right. You know what I'm saying? And it makes sense. Look at our people. This will happen to us, y'all. Okay? It says, if then their uncircumcised heart be humbled and they then accept of their punishment, of their iniquity, then will I remember my covenant with Jacob, and also my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham will I remember. And I will remember the land. The land also shall be left of them. They and shall enjoy her Sabbaths while she lieth desolate without them. And they shall accept of the punishment of their iniquity, because they despise my judgments, and because their soul abhorred my statutes. And yet for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I will. This is beautiful. He said, man, we have a merciful Father, man. He said, and yet for all that, when they be in the land of their enemies, I will not cast them away. Wow. I will not cast them away, neither will I abhor them, to destroy them utterly and to break my covenant with them. For I am Yahweh, their power. I am Yahweh, their God. But I will, for their sakes, remember the covenant of their ancestors, who I brought forth out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the heathen, that I might be their God. And I am Yahweh. These are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel. With us exclusively. I'm going to read it again. It says, these are the statutes and judgments and laws which the Lord made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by the hand of Moses. That's beautiful, man. He said that he will not cast us away. He not going to abhor us. He not going to utterly destroy us. He not going to break his covenant that he made. See, we did. See, but if we remember ourselves, if we humble ourselves in this land of our captivity, he going to be merciful to us. All right? This is what we need. This is Sirach chapter 36. Sirach chapter 36, and I'll start at the top. It says, have mercy upon us, O Lord God of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all the nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thine hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, all right, meaning before their eyes, we were sanctified. It says, so be thou magnified among us before them in their sight, right? It said, be thou magnified among them before us. I'm going to read that one again. It says, as thou was sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us. Wow. All right. He's praying and saying, hey, you know, you were sanctified, you were set aside in us before their sight. Be thou magnified among them in our sight, and let them know thee, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no God but only thou, O Yahweh. There is no other God. Remember in Psalms 96 and 5, it says the gods of the nations are idols. They're just made up. See, but here it is. These other nations are serving their gods more zealously, fervently, and they made them up. There is no God but Yahweh. Okay? He said, and let them know thee as we have known thee, that there is no God but thou, O Yahweh. Show new signs and make other strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Make the time short. Remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. To smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen that say there is none other but we. It says, gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. All right, remember he said that he scattered us among these other nations. Now he's praying to gather us. All right, you punished us, you scattered us. We went through all manner of things. Now please, Baba Kusha, Lord, gather us, gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, who thou hast named thy firstborn. There go that firstborn again, are the only begotten of the Lord. O be merciful unto Jerusalem, thy holy city, the place of thy rest, and fill Zion with thy unspeakable oracles and thy people with thy glory. Give testimony unto those that has possessed. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. And those prophets are being risen up, and they're here